Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 however many minutes. This is the Top Prospects edition, 80 through 90. The draft kind of fucked me up a little bit. I had to go back and re-rank some players. So we're actually going to start at number 90 again, but it's Kumar Rocker again, right? So real quick, run through the top 100 just in case some of these guys are new, and I do still got stickers on my arm. Gilbert Cepeda is number 100 out of San Diego. Bo Bauer is 99 from Arizona. Bob Collins in Kansas City is number 98. Juan Davila is number 97 in Houston. Dan Jeffries is number 96 in San Diego. Tate Halleck is number 95 in Minnesota. Mike Cameron Jr. is number 94 in San Diego. Michael Brooks is number 93 in San Diego. Michael Toglia is number 92 in Baltimore. Carlos Martinez is number 91 in Milwaukee, and Kumar Rocker is number 90 in St. Louis. We already talked about Kumar Rocker, so we're going to skip him and move to number 89. I honestly think we may have talked about him as well, but I can't remember, so we're going to do it again. That would be Justin Jarvis. And Justin Jarvis, am I still alive? I am still alive. Hey, look at that. Justin Jarvis is a starting pitcher in high A ball in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. Currently sitting at 2-6 with a 5.05 ERA, 139 WHIP, and a 38-14 strikeout to walk ratio. Justin Jarvis has done some improving, or he has some improving to do on the movement of his pitches. He's one of those guys that there's just nothing there, right? He got some good stuff. He's got some decent control at times. He's not walking a ton of people. What is that? At the very least, 8 starts to only walk 14 batters. It's not terrible, right? But there's just nothing there. There's no movement. If you got a couple centimeters of drop on his curveball, maybe a little bit on that change as well, I think he could be a good mid-rotation piece in St. Louis. I don't think he arrives till 2022. They've already got a great rotation. I don't know where he fits in, but, I think he's a couple of years out. Number 88 is Bubba Osborne, currently of the Cincinnati Reds, recently of somewhere else. So forgive me, I don't remember exactly where he is. He's sitting at high A right now. No, he's sitting at double A right now. So he was at high A for most of the season, where he hit 340 with a 416 OBP, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. On May 21st, he was bumped to double A. As of putting this information in, he was hitting 216 with a 235 OBP, 0 home runs, 6 RBIs. To me, Osborne doesn't look like a star. I mean, honestly, he didn't look like a regular starter, but he will be given a shot eventually. If for no other reason than Cincinnati is rebuilding and they're going to keep moving these guys up, and he will get a chance to audition here in Cincinnati. I don't think it's until 2022. Maybe he gets a look spring next year, but I don't think there's anything to write home about here. 87 is Ryan Spieth. He is a second baseman in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. That picture needs a mustache and beard. Not sure what that means. Picture. What picture, Scott? Anyway, in the meantime, Ryan Spieth, double A, on the Tampa Bay Rays organization, or excuse me, he's in low A. Goodness gracious. Second baseman in low A. They haven't played yet, right? They haven't even started. You got a long road ahead. Lots of talent ahead of this guy in Tampa, honestly, in the middle infield position. If he makes it, it's because he plays multiple positions and he plays them very well. I don't think he's a guy that's long for Tampa. Now, maybe some of the guys ahead of him get moved for bigger pieces and he ends up coming through. Or like I said, maybe he's a utility piece. As of right now, it's 2022 as a utility piece outside Tampa Bay. Number 86, we go back to St. Louis and back to the starting pitching realm. Jeffrey Starks. Started the year in high A. He had 1 start with 1-0 with a 135 ERA and a 120 WHIP. Struck out 4, walked 1. On April 16th, he was called up immediately to double A, where since he's gone 1-5 with a 4.02 ERA, a 1.36 WHIP, a 32-17 strikeout to walk ratio. He's got to work on that changeup, right? He's got a couple of good pitches here, 3, but his changeup is basically useless. So I think he has solid potential as a nice bullpen piece down the line. Maybe a 5th starter if he can get that changeup working. Right now, it's fastball, slider. It's nothing, right? You've got to get that 3rd pitch in there. And that's just not looking great right now. Let's move up to number 85, Yasuki Mori in Detroit. Now, as I was writing this, he had not been promoted yet. Honestly, this dude has made a hell of a journey. He started the season in high A. He went 3-0 with a 2.03 ERA, a 1.1 WHIP, and a 29-6 strikeout to walk ratio. Borderline Justin Hooper-esque. Not even close. He was then bumped up on the 5th to AA. And, he then went to AAA. It's hard to follow his stats here. On May 30th, he went to AAA. And then he actually debuted a couple nights ago where he won his first game. Nope, sorry, this is AAA stats, I think. He 1-0 with 1.5 hours, blah, 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 whatever. Yasuki Mori has arrived in Detroit, and I think that's an exciting moment for everybody. I like Mori a lot. I think he's going to be a very, very good pitcher. Is he gone already? Am I talking about the wrong dude? He went back down to... He's been demoted. He made one start in 5 innings, let up 7 hits, walked 3, struck out 2, didn't get a decision, was sent back to AAA. That's a bummer. But to be fair, he's only 22 years old, right? He made 5 starts in high A this year. He made 1 start in AA where he pitched very well. He made 1 start in AAA where he pitched pretty well, very well. And he came straight up to the majors where he got shelled. But if you look at his AA and AAA starts, there wasn't a lot of luck from the offensive side of the ball where he wasn't like the ball's falling in play. It's a 200 BABIP in AA and it's a sub 100 BABIP in 1 start, so 0.083. In AAA, I'm not sure that's possible. We're 5 1/3 innings. It's 1 ball, 1 hit. That's it. So I mean, good. Like he's good. I'm really excited about this kid. I wish he would have stayed up in the majors, but Detroit sent him back down. So Yasuki Mori back in AAA. That's a confusing one. Number 84, Nolan Gorman, a third baseman in the Baltimore Orioles organization. He started the year at high A, which is where I believe he currently sits. He is a really interesting piece, right? He's one of those guys that came over from Toronto last year, very early on in Drew Hastings' career as a general manager. Dude's got plus power potential. He's actually very good in the field. He's going to strike out a ton, but I think he's going to be a great piece in Baltimore one day. Currently hitting .301, the .392 OBP, 9 home runs, 38 RBIs, striking out a little more than once a game, not walking all that much, not surprising. He's a guy that I expect to see in Baltimore in 2022. Drew Hastings has proven to be a slow-moving, patient general manager. I think Gorman comes up with the rest of them in a couple of years. And we're excited to see it. At least I am. I think he's going to be a hell of a player. Moving through the rest of these quickly. Bill Weaver, number 83, second baseman, came over in a trade with the Atlanta Braves earlier this year in the Milwaukee organization. Started off in single A, just straight single A, 283, 345 OBP with 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. Was traded to Milwaukee, was almost immediately moved up to high A on May 16th. He's at 222 with the 270 OBP, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. So showing some good power for a guy that really isn't projecting to be a power hitter. He's a wizard in the field, right? He plays multiple positions. I think he comes up in 2022. Again, a lot of these guys coming up in 2022, right? I think there's a lot of these guys that are going to be showing up at that point. And actually, if you look back at the 2016 draft, that's kind of what you saw. You saw guys coming up 2-3 years down the line. Moving up to 82, Paul Hale. He is a starting pitcher in the Minnesota Twins organization. Everybody's favorite, Paul Hale. Actually got the call earlier this year. He started the year in AAA. He went 3-3 with a 4.96 ERA, a 1.39 WHIP, and a 20-8 strikeout to walk ratio. Was called up on May 16th. Since then, he has made 4 starts, gone 1-0 with a 3.38 ERA, over 18 innings. He's allowed 19 hits, only 1 home run, striking out 15, walking 8 with a 1.45 WHIP. I mean, he's all right. Again, he's not a great culture guy. He's not a good culture fit. He's got 3 pitches that he throws pretty well, the curve and the changeup being the better ones. He'll be fine at the back of the rotation for a couple of years. But if Minnesota plans to contend, which I know they do with Cleveland and Chicago and Detroit in 5 years, they're going to have to get somebody better than this. He can't be your 5th answer. And with Samson falling off of a cliff here and carrying a decent salary until 2024, I don't know that Paul Hale is necessarily going to be at the top of your rotation, which is where he currently sits for the long term. I think Minnesota needs some help on the mound. We have Matt Barnes out for 7 months. Masahiro Tanaka comes back. We'll see. Chase Fielder, San Diego, center fielder. There he is. Sitting in single A. I don't think he ever makes the big leagues. This guy is going to be dog shit. Hitting 162, 331 OBP, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. If he does, it'll be in 3-4 years, and he's going to have some bumps. Greg Hardy is a shortstop in the Houston Astros system. Started the year in high A, was bumped on June 6th to double A. I see him getting a shot in 2021. I don't know where, because Houston is set across the board. They don't seem to be real active in the trade market because they don't need much. But Hardy's going to be talented enough that he's going to need a shot at some point next year. That's it. That's 90 through 80. Done. Just under 10 minutes. Second World.